Hey, everyone! Welcome back! Today's lineup is so funny, you'll want to put your drink down, trust me. We're diving into the world of clips that look too real to be true. I've gathered the most unbelievable, hilarious and ridiculous moments you'll want to send to your group chat. From pets who forgot how to be pets, to cooking fails you have to see to believe. So get comfy, grab a pillow to muffle your laughter, and get ready for a non-stop ride. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. This is hilarious clips that look too real. Roll the first one. We're kicking things off with a timeless classic. The old bucket of water perched precariously above a door. It's the kind of prank that's been passed down through generations, always promising a splashy surprise and a good laugh. Our story begins with a would-be trickster grinning ear to ear as he carefully balances the bucket and tiptoes away, convinced he's about to pull off the perfect joke. He crouches behind the door, heart pounding with anticipation, barely able to contain his excitement. Every creak of the floorboards makes him stifle a giggle, imagining the look on his roommate's face when the trap is sprung. Suddenly the roommate appears, pizza box in hand, pushing the door open just a crack. He calls out, "Did you order pizza?" with a casual tone, completely unaware of the watery surprise waiting above. In a burst of excitement, the prankster forgets his own setup. He leaps up, eager to claim the pizza, and shouts, "Yeah, I did!" rushing straight toward the door, not realizing he's about to become the victim of his own prank. But fate has other plans. The moment he bursts through the doorway, the bucket tips in slow motion, sending a cascade of cold water straight onto his head. Realization dawns just a second too late. He's been outsmarted by his own scheme. The roommate stands there, pizza box still in hand, staring in disbelief at his soaking wet friend. He's completely baffled, trying to process what just happened, while the prankster stands dripping and speechless. Without missing a beat, the roommate shrugs and holds out the pizza box, asking, "So, you want a slice?" As if nothing unusual just happened. His nonchalance only makes the moment funnier. The drenched prankster, hair plastered to his forehead and water streaming down his face, can only nod in defeat. He accepts the slice, realizing he's now the punchline of his own joke. The room erupts in laughter as friends witness the perfect twist. It's a flawless example of instant karma. Sometimes the universe delivers the punchline better than any script ever could. So, let this be a lesson to all aspiring pranksters. The universe always has a sense of humor, and its jokes are often the funniest of all. Sometimes the best moments are the ones you never see coming. Now, let's enter the animal kingdom, where pets just don't get it, and we love them for it. First, a golden retriever battles a backyard sprinkler, convinced it's a water monster. He lunges, bites at water, gets soaked, and tries again and again, never learning, always hilarious. Next, a cat eyes a countertop, calculates the jump, and slams chest first into the cabinet below. He slides down, stunned, blaming the counter for moving. And then, a hamster climbs on top of his wheel, tries to run, and ends up log rolling in place, tiny legs spinning, going nowhere. These pets may not understand physics, but they're experts at making us laugh. Nothing's funnier than a kid's logic. Their minds work in ways that are both unpredictable and absolutely hilarious, making even the most ordinary moments unforgettable. Kids have this magical ability to see the world without filters, and their honesty is as refreshing as it is entertaining. Take, for example, the classic cookie caper. A dad asks his daughter, "Who ate the last cookie?" She's got chocolate smeared all over her face, but she looks him straight in the eye and says, "It was a ghost. He looked like me, but with a hat." The creativity in her answer is almost as impressive as her poker face. Kids can spin the wildest stories on the spot, and somehow they make perfect sense, at least to them. Dad loses it. How can you stay mad at that? The innocence and quick wit of kids can turn any scolding into a moment of pure joy. Sometimes all you can do is laugh and marvel at their imagination. Then there's the little boy in the back seat, deep in thought, who suddenly asks, Is spaghetti a worm we're allowed to eat? His mom tries to explain the difference, but he's not buying it. To him, noodles and worms are suspiciously similar, and he's not convinced that dinner isn't just a plate of fancy worms. Meanwhile, a little girl meets broccoli for the first time. She studies it carefully, calls it a sad little tree, and instead of eating it, she gently pats it, as if to comfort it. For her, vegetables aren't just food. They're tiny friends in need of kindness. And then there's the brother who asks his sister the color of a bright red block. Without missing a beat, she shouts, "Tuesday," then loud, as if those are perfectly reasonable answers. Kids' logic is from another planet, and it's endlessly entertaining. Kids are the best comedians, and they don't even know it. Their unfiltered wisdom and wild imaginations remind us to see the world with wonder, and to never take life too seriously. Dancing, the universal language of joy and sometimes epic fails. First, a dad at a wedding hits the dance floor, nails the sprinkler, tries a spin, and ends up twisted on the ground. Thumbs up, a true hero. Next, friends attempt a TikTok dance. The guy in the back is so offbeat he's inventing new moves, totally in his own world. The others break down laughing, but he just keeps dancing. And finally, a woman's high kick in her living room sends a lampshade flying. She freezes, leg in the air, realizing her dance was too powerful for the room. Sometimes the best moves are the ones that go wrong. The kitchen, a place for culinary dreams and spectacular disasters. Someone forgets the blender lid, hits on, and creates a smoothie explosion. Ceiling, cabinets, and themselves covered in fruity chaos. Next, a proud baker tries to move a cake, but it crumbles through the cooling rack in a chocolatey landslide. And then, the classic pasta fail, draining spaghetti with too much enthusiasm, sending it flying past the colander and into the sink. We've all been there. Maybe not that dramatically, but we've been there. Sports, the thrill of victory. But today, we are here for the agony of defeat. On the baseball field, an outfielder calls, "I got it!" then misses, gets bonked on the head, and face plants chasing the ball. On the basketball court, a guy tries to dunk, but the ball bounces off the rim and hits him in the face. He lands in a heap, the net unmoved. And in soccer, a goalie makes a heroic save, celebrates but forgets the ball is still rolling, right into the goal behind him. From hero to zero in 5 seconds. That's sports, baby. Welcome to the era of virtual meetings, where technical fails, awkward moments, and unexpected interruptions are the real stars of the show. If you thought in-person meetings were unpredictable, just wait until you add Wi-Fi glitches, pets, and family members into the mix. Picture this. In the middle of a serious meeting, Dave thinks his camera's off and decides to sneak in a quick nap. Instead, he's front and center, mouth wide open, snoring gently, broadcasted to the entire team. The boss calls his name hoping for input, but Dave's off in dreamland, completely unaware that he's become the meeting's main attraction. Then there's the classic background blunder. A woman is giving an important presentation, all eyes on her, when her husband decides to army crawl behind her, convinced he's out of sight. Spoiler alert, he's not invisible, and everyone sees his stealth mission fail. The team can't help but burst into laughter, leaving her confused and trying to keep her composure, wondering what on earth is so funny. And of course, no virtual meeting montage is complete without a pet cameo. During a high-stakes job interview, a man confidently claims his greatest strength is focus, right as his cat leaps onto the desk and proudly shows its rear to the camera, stealing the spotlight. He tries desperately to stay professional, but the cat is determined to be the center of attention, weaving between the keyboard and the screen. The interviewer does their best to hold back laughter, but it's a losing battle. Everyone's been there, and it's impossible not to smile. I hope he got the job. Because if you can handle a surprise cat attack on camera, you can handle just about anything a remote job throws your way. There's an elegance to a good fall. Slapstick poetry as long as no one gets hurt. First, someone carefully navigates icy pavement, only to trip on dry ground and land in a snowbank, questioning all their life choices. Next, a hoverboard rookie spins out of control, takes out a vase, and ends up upside down on the couch while the hoverboard spins in victory. Then, the poolside slip. A runner slides across the concrete and plops into the pool, least athletic entry ever. And finally, the classic chair lean. A student pushes the limits, tips too far, and crashes down as the whole class watches. Rite of passage. The funniest moments happen when our world collides with the animal world. A guy eats lunch on a park bench, unaware a squirrel is stealing his chips, until they make eye contact mid-heist and both freak out. On a golf course, a deer strolls onto the green, nudges a golf ball into the hole, and wanders off. Best caddy ever. At a backyard barbecue, a raccoon family raids the grill, grabbing burgers and running for the woods in a full-scale heist. And on the beach, a woman looks up from her book to find a pelican perched on her chair reading over her shoulder like a giant feathery buddy. You never know who you'll meet. Sometimes, the reaction is the real comedy gold. At a surprise party, the birthday boy shrieks, throws his groceries in the air, and covers his friends in milk and eggs. Two friends play a scary video game. The watcher gets so scared he launches off the couch and crashes into the coffee table. A dad opens a prank snake in a can, screams, and spins wildly in his chair while his kids cry with laughter. And at a gender reveal, the soon-to-be dad sees blue balloons, short circuits, and faints right out of frame. He's fine, just overwhelmed. Now that's a reaction. And that's a wrap. My face hurts from smiling. From self-owning pranksters to pets defying physics, I hope you had as much fun as I did. The best moments are the ones you can't plan, even if you end up covered in smoothie. If you laughed, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more. Tell me your favorite clip in the comments, or share your own too real to be true moment. Thanks for watching, everyone. You're the best. Stay awesome, keep laughing, and I'll see you next time.